Welcome back, fam, to the show where we report some of the things that celebrities say at interviews. In this episode of, we are reviewing Wilbur Soot, a British streamer, YouTuber, and musician, in his interview with Anthony Padilla from yesterday. During the interview, Wilbur mentioned a few interesting facts about his life and career. For example, in the interview, during the questions about he started his channel and streaming career, he said that he made a Minecraft channel and then he stepped away from Minecraft. Some years later, he came back to it and started posting videos about the game. And he said that his big push on YouTube was on the idea of Minecraft Bot, an idea in which you play Minecraft normally, except a certain aspect is modified from the core game. Then, a few years later, he started streaming. Initially, he started streaming to get into a group of other YouTubers, and then, sometime later, he said that he remembers the first moment was like, wow, was when he had 60,000 people waiting on his starting soon screen. He said that you just gotta do what you love and get lucky. After a few years of doing YouTube, he started doing parody songs on his main channel, and he gained a lot more interest in music after that. He then went on a trip down memory lane and remembered his first experience with music. He said that he picked up a ukulele for the first time. He was quite sad. He said that he started playing the ukulele because like, I want to just give it a go. And then he incorporated it into a band, but then he left it. And now he started a new band, including one member from his old band when he was a teenager, and he called it Lovejoy. He said that his goal with Lovejoy was to make something that was worth it, that it could be done well without using influence from his other channels. He said that the idea of writing his own song was really cool. And with that, we come to a conclusion to this episode of. Thank you for watching and have a good one, alright?
Ah, you thought the video was over, huh? Yeah, no, it's my turn. So, Formula One, a really high-intensity sport that has been receiving more attention than usual, probably because of the pandemic and people having to spend more time in the house. With one of Formula One's biggest names, Lewis Hamilton, behind this current season, it really leaves you to wonder what happened to him, especially after dominating in the last season. So I think it would be a nice reminder to look at this driver's roots and, look at an interview he did in the Cult Classic show, Top Gear. After being introduced and being settled in, he was asked probably one of the most common questions F1 drivers get, and that is, are F1 cars hard to drive? He obviously said that they are. They are very hard to drive. But he also failed to mention that they are very dangerous. Because of this inherent danger, the great Jeremy Clarkson asked Lewis if he is fearless. He said that he is not looking to waste his life. He also said that he has never had a problem of being scared, and he also said that it is pretty exciting when you're flying headfirst into a barrier. An answer that left the crowd and Clarkson himself pretty surprised. Clarkson then asked if any of his crashes were worth remembering, and Lewis said that it was actually quite a nice shot. Lewis obviously is a great driver, and when he was asked if he thinks he is a good driver, he said that he was actually a bloody good driver. A bit arrogant, but whatever. And after being asked if his father thinks he's a good driver, he said that he truly believes that he's a better driver than him. This understandably gave everyone a chuckle, including his dad, who was in the crowd. Clarkson, curious of this extremely advanced car, and asked about what kind of engine it runs. Lewis said that he drives a GL 500. He also said that it's a diesel. Clarkson then asked that with these kinds of machines, one has to be fit, physically fit, which Lewis said that he used to do a little boxing and karate as well. Kind of boring, I don't know.
Buenas mañanas to everyone watching us. Today is an important day because we will be talking about the interview that was held 3 months ago with Eugenio Debres, in which he talked about his life before he was famous and everything he passed just to get to this point. So let's begin. The first thing they talked about was whether or not he drank alcohol. He said that he had never consumed anything like that in his entire life. Well, actually, the only time that he drank something like that was when he was a 10-year-old kid. Uh, and it was an accident, actually, because he thought that it was just juice. Yeah. Another interesting thing is that, as well as behave as he was with alcohol, he was the same in relationships. Because he told us that even though he had many girlfriends in his life, he was able to hold back the relationship when it went too far. And it was all thanks to the principles that his mother taught him when he was young. That right there is an example that to follow for every child or teenager, that every child and or teenager should follow, because we are in a reality in which many people leave studies for not being able to do what he did. Yeah. uh, Another thing that he told us was that when he was young, his classmates bullied him, and as he did not like fighting and that stuff, that make him the perfect victim. He said, he told us a story of him back then. He said that he had a pet. It was a dog, and once the dog bit a friend of his that was just passing by, and then the kid got angry. He said that kid wanted to fight, but Eugenio didn't, and his friend didn't care. Eugenio remembered someone told him to always throw the first punch in a fight, because that would help him in that situation, and he did. But only that not that was not that good in that way. Anyways, that was the only time he fought in his entire life. And time's up. You know what that means. We'll continue with this in the next episode. So have a nice day. Bye bye.